Hi, my name is Martin, and today you're watching Mint TV. Here we got this big dirty pig. It's about to get some work done. About to get on with the Texas Speed 212, 220 cam install, or 216, 220 cam install. Pardon me. It's going to be pretty nasty for what it is. Just a little bit overstock, something to get her going. We got long tubes. Got the cams, LS6 springs, push rods, everything from Texas Speed. Sometime today, North Country Transmission is supposed to be dropping us off our new transmission that they've built, and maybe he'll give us a little bit of the specs on it. We got the old one out. That one's supposed to go away. We also got our torque converter from Texas Speed as well. Stall converter meant for the cam. You can run that cam without a stall converter, but if you want a little bit more performance, I guess this is the way that they said that we should go. So we got ourselves our stall converter. We're gonna have them install it just to make sure that we don't have any issues with warranty or anything like that. Not that we would, because Keith over there is awesome. He's the shit. We got the Y pipe out, obviously, because we took the transmission out. That's junk. You don't want that anyways. We're going full long tubes, which also we got from Texas Speed. Wouldn't you know it? And that's going to be getting hooked up over there, getting welded together, and full exhaust all finished up from Shane Bruns. We'll unbox this here in a little bit. Keith is here. How's it going today, Keith?
Hey, not bad. Got a little present for you.
Oh yeah. So Keith, do you know what all was done to this?
Updated the electronics in it, some heavier clutches. He went through the pump.
Yep.
He puts a bunch of the bushings in the transmission. Put a stage 2 shift kit in it.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So she'll be fairly stout for what he wants. Obviously, it's nothing.
All seals and gaskets.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Let's see what these long tubes look like. Don't need that. Yes. It's gonna sound sick. Once again, thank you, Texas Speed. They have literally everything. They're the ones to go to. literally don't know what I would do without coffee. So here's the knock sensors. Anybody who knows anything about these engines knows that these things get filled with water and they go bad all the time. Valves look actually fairly decent in there. These heads are going to be coming off here. They're going to be getting ported. Well, let's keep tearing her down then. See if we can't find anything else crazy. As you can see now, we got the manifolds off, those crusty beat up manifolds. Ain't nobody want those because we're gonna get some long tubes on here anyways. Got those all pulled apart and all that jazz. Now all we gotta do is yank off that harmonic balancer and go ahead and start with a little bit more of the engine tear down and get these heads off. They're gonna get ported. That's gonna be a real big difference for this truck. Let's see what we got going on here. Look at that. Never ceases to amaze me how good something can look after 200,000 miles. These LM7s are truly a wonder sometimes. The insides looking real nice after being wiped down. Now that went nice. The heads are off to Darren, and hopefully we'll see him here tomorrow. Well, look who showed up. We got Smith Supra over here. If you haven't followed him on Instagram, you better do it soon. He's got the Salmon Supra. So what's going on today, Darren?
Looking at your cam bearings on this customer's truck.
You think they're trash?
They got some gross stuff on here. This one's got what looks like might be a chip out of it. A little concerning. So,
Do you think it's time to replace them?
It probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, you got the trans out. You got everything else here. It wouldn't be too much harder just to get the bearings replaced. Honestly.
I think we already know the answer to that, especially because we know this guy's going to be beating the hell out of it. So I think it's time. Even though it looks nice over here, everything on the cam itself looks good. I think it's just time. Might as well. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's probably better. You got it apart anyways. It's just
Yeah. Go follow Smith Supra. He's got some of the sickest shit out there. So we decided after talking with Smith Supra that we're gonna end up probably pulling the engine on this because it does have an oil leak from the oil pan, which is pretty common on these, and so we're gonna end up pulling the engine out, getting that resealed. It'll also make installing the cam bearings a lot easier. I mean, when you're already this far into it and the transmission's already out, it's really just a matter of a few more bolts in there and the AC compressor, and really it's just going to come right out anyways. Only issue is that it's a big lifted truck, so we got to get the cherry picker up there tall enough. But take the wheels off, air down the tires, whatever we got to do. We'll get this out, and yeah, we'll just make one more step towards getting this project finished up. So the verdict was to pull the engine because it had that oil pan leak, which all these do, and it just made it a lot easier because this one is lifted versus pulling out all the rough country components just to do an oil pan, which would made way more sense to just pull it this way. And since we do have to go ahead and do that, the cam bearings and all that, it was just a couple more bolts, probably about 12 more bolts, and then the hood, and it came right out. Which made a lot more sense.
And it weighs nothing like this.
Yeah, it weighs about a fraction of what that 900-pound GMC engine weighs. So we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit more done on this, get the oil pan done, get the cam bearings in, get new timing components. Since we're taking the oil pan off, we might as well do new chains and get the pump off and all that, and then make a little bit more headway and get this thing back together. Everything's tore apart. Everything looks good. Got everything getting ready for them cam bearings. Right through there. Yeah, even this back one doesn't look very good. Darren would say the same. It's pretty rough. We got the fleet. Got the new cold air intake on there. Get everything set up. Everything's mounted nice and firm.